Canadians are now officially into the summer season. Welcome to the very first weekend of summer. We wanted to take this opportunity to take a look back at our summer forecast and review the last 45 days to see how on track we are with some of our predictions. Of course, the summer solstice arrived on Thursday, but meteorological summer officially started on June the 1st. So depending on where you're tracking from, we have different starts to summers, but now we can say we're all officially here. I want to welcome in meteorologist Rhythm Reet. Rhythm, we are going to talk about the Canada Day long weekend and what Canadians can expect. That preview is coming up. But first, let's take a look back at the last 45 days. Temperatures certainly have been interesting, especially across Western Canada. It certainly hasn't spelled summer, has it?
No, absolutely not. We've looked at below seasonal temperatures across Western Canada, and in the east, that's where we really saw those above seasonal temperatures. Now, when we compare this comparative to what we are expecting to see for the summer of 2024, above normal temperatures are expected to dominate across the east. But the way that summer starts is definitely not how it ends. So this is going to be more of an indication going into July and into August as to how summer really plays out.
Now, one thing that we did highlight in our summer forecast was the feature of this heat dome, essentially an intense area of high pressure that will filter in extremely warm conditions across Ontario and Quebec. And we have already seen that feature basically verify.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're going to continue to watch, especially for regions across southern Ontario. We've seen it verify so far for this end of June period. However, as we go into July, these are the average daytime highs that we're going to be watching. So if we get another push of that heat dome once again, that's going to push these values above normal, and that's what's going to really bring us that above normal heat that we're expecting to see across eastern Canada.
You got it. And you know, with that heat came a lot of humidity, and that was really hinting that there was a ton of moisture in our atmosphere, and we saw a lot of that moisture come down. So let's talk about the precipitation trends we've seen over the last 45 days.
Well, we've seen the above normal amount of precip, especially across regions of Manitoba, northwestern Ontario, and even into Quebec. Those northern regions of Canada, that's where we've seen a lot more of that precip and moisture. And when we compare it to what we're expecting to see for summer 2024, those are regions that are indicating below normal. But like I said before, Rachel, that is just a snippet of what we've seen in July and the end of May. That can definitely change as we're going into our July and August period as well.
All right, that was a great recap in terms of what we've seen and what we've forecasted. Now, Rhythm, let's talk about the Canada Day long weekend. School will be out for the kids. Many Canadians will really just be in that summer vacation mode. So what kind of weather can we expect?
Well, it's a little bit early to indicate exactly what type of weather we will expect, but taking a look at the jet stream, what we can indicate is that there's a little bit of troughing that's going to be impacting across regions of eastern Canada. So that does risk the conditions to be a bit unsettled. I know that's not what we want to hear, but that's what we may actually be getting. And when we just take a look at the Canada Day weekend anomalies in terms of temperature, it does indicate that areas across Atlantic Canada, even southern Ontario, may just be seeing slightly above seasonal temperatures. However, for areas across southern British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, you may be looking at a slightly cooler day to a Canada Day long weekend.
And when you see the blues on the map, that doesn't mean snow. I just want to reiterate that. It just means a little bit cooler than seasonal, right?
Absolutely, Rachel.
Okay, let's take a look at temperatures and what we're predicting for next weekend on Saturday.
When we take a look at these temperatures, of course, they're going to change as we get closer to the event, but it is still looking comfortable even though it's indicating below seasonal.
All right, Rhythm, thanks so much for recapping the summer forecast and for breaking down next weekend.